Libya is calling for an explanation from the US following a special forces raid on its territory. The raid captured al-Qaeda leader Anas al-Libya. The US says he's now being lawfully detained outside Libya, but Libya says it wants to be responsible for the prosecution of any Libyan citizen inside Libya. US forces also carried out a raid in southern Somalia over the weekend, targeting the al-Shabaab militant group that's thought to be responsible for a shopping centre attack in Kenya last month. Now, to discuss the significance of these raids, I'm joined now by international relations expert Robert Patman. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Samantha.
So, success in Libya, but there are mixed reports coming out of Somalia. It's thought that possibly the US forces there failed to capture their target, an al-Shabaab leader.
Yes, the Americans haven't identified the al-Shabaab leader they were after, but presumably a senior person. And it was a SEAL 6 team. That's the team that actually eliminated Osama bin Laden in May 2011, who were responsible for the raid. It would appear they did not get their target, and also they encountered much fiercer resistance than they had anticipated, and they subsequently withdrew.
OK. In Libya, however, they did capture an al-Qaeda leader linked to the 98 embassy bombings in East Africa. Now, al-Libya's on the FBI's most wanted list. How important is his capture?
Oh, he's a big fish. The Americans have been after Anas al-Libya since 1998, when he was identified as one of the key al-Qaeda players responsible for blowing up 2 US embassies in East Africa. These embassies were in Kenya and also in Tanzania. More than 200 people were killed in this al-Qaeda simultaneous bombings in the 2 embassies. So they've been wanting him for 15 years, and the FBI put a $5 million ransom on his head, and they've been looking for him ever since. So from the American point of view, there must be a deep degree of satisfaction about landing one of the few remaining big players, the al-Qaeda organisation, since the late 1990s.
What happens next to al-Libya, though? Will he end up in Guantanamo? What's his fate?
Well, according to the Americans, he's in their custody. He's alive and he's fine from a health point of view. And I should imagine he'll be taken back to the United States to face a federal trial. That's certainly the expressed intention of the Obama administration. That's, of course, beginning to cause some tensions with the government of Libya now.
Yeah, now Libya's demanding an explanation from the US over the raid, and, you know, they're saying that they want to be able to prosecute any Libyan citizen inside, their own borders. Are they right to be unhappy about America taking this type of action inside their jurisdiction?
Well, yes, it is technically a breach of international law, but Samantha, let's be quite clear on this. The Americans have said that they did have cooperation to carry out this raid. But the Libyan government has responded, perhaps for domestic political reasons, by saying it gave no such cooperation and that it demands that al-Libya be tried within Libya.
So why would it react like then if it did know, or at least give, some kind of support for this to happen? Why would it react like that publicly?
Well, we don't, to be quite clear, we don't know the ins and outs, the full ins and outs of this story. But one might speculate that the Libyan government are reluctant to be seen as a lackey of the United States or being seen to do America's bidding, because it may weaken their standing domestically if they're seen to be that cooperative with the United States.
OK, thank you for your thoughts this morning. That's Robert Patman in Dunedin. Thank you.